Welcome to the Shortwave radio channel, and now with the widest filter available. So on the Tecsun H-501x it's 6 kHz. On the Tecsun S-2200x it's 6 kHz also. And on this one, the original S-2000 or Eton Elite 750, it's a terrible something like 14 kHz. This is the major fault of this radio. A bandwidth that is so large that is unusable most of the time, and that was one of my main focus. Not just that, I'll keep it on 11620, but it's actually off by 2 to 3 kHz, and all Eton Grundig 750 and Tecsun S2000s, even if you don't want to believe it, are all off by 2 to 3 kHz on the widest filter, and it's easy to hear if you are used to it. But if you're not, it might not be that obvious. So here we go. Let's start with the Tecsun H-501x.
Next in this program, sports. Welcome, I'm Eugen Nasta with the Olympic update. The women's gymnastics contest as part of the ongoing Paris Olympics drew to a close on Monday, August the 5th, with the last apparatus species finals in the beam and floor events. Romanian gymnasts took the start in both events. Competing in the beam event was Sabrina Maneka-Voina, who had advanced to the finals with a 5th mark in the qualifiers, 14 points. However, in the final, Voina fell off the beam and was eventually 8th placed, the bottom of the table position, with 11.733 points. The winner was Italy's Alice D'Amato with 14.366 points. The floor final followed with 2 Romanian gymnasts competing, Ana Barbosu and yet again Sabrina Maneka-Voina. Ana got the 8th mark in the qualifiers, 13.100 points, while Voina got the 4th mark, 13.800 points. For the flawless exercise in the finals, Brazil's Rebecca Andrade won with 14.166 points. Stepping onto the second step of the podium was US gymnast Simone Biles. The American got a surprisingly high mark, 14.133 points, having stepped out of the competition.
Time for the S-2200x.
Exercise. 3rd place was Ana Barbosu, who initially got 13.700 points. Also 13.700 points got Sabrina Voina, who came in 4th for the floor in her exercise. 5th placed was US gymnast Jordan Childs, who filed an appeal to which the referees agreed, with an upgraded number of points, 13.766. Childs won bronze, so the Romanians were denied the opportunity to step onto a step of the podium. Sabrina Voina filed an appeal targeting the starting mark of her exercise, but her appeal was unsuccessful. Romania last won an Olympic medal in gymnastics at the London Olympics in 2012, where called back then Sandra Izbasha won gold in the vault event. Katarina Polnar walked away with silver in the floor event, while Romania stepped onto the 3rd step of the podium in the nation's competition. 12 years on, as part of the Paris Olympics, Romania came in 7th in the nation's competition. And that's all from Sports Today. You can also access our sports items at rri.io and on Facebook.
And now on to the Eton 750, Tecsun S2000.
Focus on Romania. Time now a hit of the day on Radio Romania International. You're invited to listen to The URSS, a rock group based in Republic of Moldova, and their hit, The Pact.
So, stop it here because I don't want to have a copyright hit, but have you noticed how the audio for the voice was slightly kind of distorted and so on? It's because I would have to tune 11.617 7 or 11.618 to be on frequency. And once again, if you think your radio S2000 750 Grundig 750 isn't a problem with that, they are all. And they are all not because I want to frustrate anyone. It's a fact, not a personal observation or opinion. Even the other good reviewers all noticed this radio was off on the wide filter, which is sad. It's one of the main complaints I had on this original radio, unfortunately. If it would have been on, probably the rest of the radio I would have been okay with, but that is too big of a flaw for the price paid to really be cool. So unfortunately, I would have liked to have maybe a minute more of audio on it. You know, it's kind of fun to play with these radios because you see their flaws, you see they're not all perfect. No radio is perfect. If you listened, I'll give my opinion of what I listened. The audio on the Tecsun S-2200 was great. It was really good, and I would say even better on the H-501x, except because it has a bass reflex. You feel it and you hear it, but it might not sound as pronounced as on the 2200. But, you know, listening to shortwave is not listening to music. It's listening to signals that are often weaker and have noise and so on. So although the audio is important, you don't want to have necessarily a boombox either. I mean, the X501 shines in anything that is music. I mean, this is a stereo boombox, absolutely. But that's not what you want off the S-2200x, but you do want good quality audio also. So it is good, and probably, hopefully you noticed it. Audio is not bad on the Eton, but the problem is that white filter is really not very good in what it sounds. And no, it is not to improve audio. It's a big flaw of this receiver, unfortunately. So that's pretty much it. But that's why it does sound, if anybody that's used to tuning will probably notice that it does sound off frequency. Just by ear, we can notice when it's off frequency, and that's why audio is slightly distorted. I would have to tune off. So that's observations, but also true observations, not just, you know, personal opinion. This is observations of how these radios react to each other and have their own you know, flaws. They're not perfect, anyone. And this is Paul the Cat saying hi, coming back up from a little outside walk. So if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.